The Mega Millions jackpot is $363 million. Police are now taking a look at surveillance video from this camera after a woman was robbed this afternoon. We also reached out to the Gaston County Sheriff's Office. They declined to go on camera, saying it's still too early in the investigation. We understand the Gaston School Board will take up the matter later this month. The doors are now closed here at the Arnberg Cafe. This hip downtown destination is being shut down because of the losses they are experiencing in this spiraling economy. We also got a chance to speak to one military vet who told us more about what the Memorial Day holiday means. Again, the meeting is just now getting underway. We're going to go inside and get the latest and have more for you tonight at 6. Within the past 4 months, there have been several police pursuits that have resulted in death. Now, Fresno Police Department, along with other local agencies, are reviewing their vehicle pursuit policy in order to limit the risk of catching lawbreakers. We got a chance to speak to Water, Gas, and Light, who responded to all of the gas stations involved in this case. As Trayvon Martin supporters continue to rally here at the Capitol, one of the nation's top leaders is calling for the Stand Your Ground law to be removed from the books. Occupy protesters were in high spirits Sunday evening in Courthouse Park, excluding the fact that 13 of them were hauled off in cuffs and booked into the Fresno County Jail earlier in the day. Vanessa Aranda was there when the Sheriff's Department arrived.
Being arrested was something else. I've never been in trouble with law enforcement before, and it was different.
Tents were rattled to wake those sleeping. The presence of nearly 40 deputies sporting riot gear was surely an intimidating sight for Vanessa as she experienced her first brush with the law.
It seemed to me personally extremely unnecessary. We've never been a violent group. We've always advocated peace.
This wasn't a surprise to activists. They just didn't know when it would happen. An eviction notice was served by deputies last week, though protesters made it clear they weren't leaving. Those arrested were charged with protesting without a permit and disorderly conduct.
It was tense and exhilarating at the same time. We know we're fighting for what's right, so we know that we're fighting for the Constitution and we're fighting for the First Amendment. So it was satisfying in the fact that we knew that our sacrifice wasn't going to be in vain.
We can use it. Just before noon, locked-up protesters were released and returned to the park to exercise their constitutional rights. From this point on, they should be forewarned. A crackdown will begin for those who carry a sign without a permit.
Well, we are shocked. The teacher is shocked, disappointed in the administration and the allegations. I think there's some miscommunication going on.
Timothy Jensen is an attorney for an unnamed teacher here at Havana Middle School. That teacher tonight is off the job on paid administrative leave, as school officials in the Gaston County Sheriff's Office is looking into allegations whether the teacher had an inappropriate relationship with the student. Jensen admits there were text messages exchanged between the teacher and the student, but denies they had an inappropriate nature.
My understanding, there might have been some communications. The teacher may have tried to help a student attend a field trip and donate some money for her and another student to go.
In this statement to WTXL, Gadsden School Superintendent Reginald James confirms the teacher will remain on administrative leave with pay until an investigation is complete. We reached out to the Gadsden County Sheriff's Office. They declined to go on camera, saying it's still too early in the investigation. John Irvin is a 16-year veteran cemetery worker for Kimbrough and Stern Funeral Home. The cemetery is something that took some getting used to.
Well, when I first got here, my mind was playing tricks. I'm like, what happened out in the cemetery late at night and going on? I don't know nothing go on, because the dead is dead. Ain't know what you can do.
For this reporter, the best experience was being able to play in the dirt. Granted, this is where the work begins.
The hardest part about the cemetery was finding locations as far as the lots and how to identify the lots and how to identify if there's a burial in that space already.
Being very careful not to just dig anywhere.
We have to look on the map and find a lot location and make sure that the lot is vacant and make sure there aren't any burials in that space. We'll probe it to make sure, and then afterwards we'll lay down our frame, we'll cut it out, and we'll open the grave up. Just digging the grave, the digging of the grave actually.
Once crews get started, it usually takes them 45 minutes to an hour in order to complete one grave. When most find out about Irvin's profession, he usually has to do some explaining.
The most like the other people's weird and strange. I mean, after I got here and I learned, ain't nothing strange about it. It's just a job.
I'm not the only one that enjoys this career path. Experts say it's like a family business.
Teamwork is a big part of it.
I like the guys that I work with. You know, we done got to be more, they're like a family now.
And this family has the best toys to play with.
Yeah. All right, you going forward.
All right, how do I stop?
The brakes? Yeah. Yeah, you look fine. You doing fine.
And once I get to the corner there, I'll stop.
Yeah. Riding the machines, I like just being on equipment, you know.
While my time with the Kimball Stern and Riverside family was short, I learned something that will last a lifetime.
You gotta just live your life, because it's short, and you don't never know when you're going to leave.
It's so peaceful out here. I love it out here.